Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for our free webinar. This is the features and functions of the Lightspeed Trader platform, our virtual happy hour Q&A. We are looking to provide you with a platform to have questions on certain aspects of the platform you may be experiencing or looking to set up and just don't have in our reference material. So we certainly try to provide a lot of different educational videos and resources, but give you time to have some overall questions here. Before we get started, I just have a quick disclosure that we have to go through here. It is this presentation is for informational purposes only. Nothing presented today should be construed as investment advice or recommendation to buy, sell, or hold any security or contract. Since we don't know everyone's investment strategy or investment objectives or risk tolerance, we are not endorsing any specific trading strategy. Security derivative futures trading involves substantial risk of loss, is not suitable for all investors. Each investor must consider whether this is a suitable investment, since you may lose all or more than your initial investment. Past performance is not indicative of future results. We do have additional risk disclosures on the Lightspeed website, so please take your time to look for those. Lightspeed Financial Services Group LLC is not affiliated with these third-party market commentators, educators, or service providers provided on our webinar page. This content neither is nor should be construed as any offer, solicitation, or recommendation to buy or sell any securities or contracts. Any investment decisions must be made by the user's independent analysis, taking into consideration their own financial circumstances, investment objectives, and risk tolerance. Lightspeed Financial Services Group LLC does not endorse or recommend any of the services or commentator provided. Thank you very much for that. My name is Rob Livson. I am a VP of Sales and Business Development here at Lightspeed. I've been here for many years. I've been working at retail brokerage firms. I've worked at prop trading firms and other electronic trading companies as well. So I've had quite a few years in the industry. I've been with Lightspeed for almost 8 years now, and happy to shed some light on the software and help wherever I can to help people have the tools and services that we provide to help them with their trading. So if you are looking to have a demo or looking to open up a new account, please contact myself, R. Livson, at lightspeed.com. It's RLIVSON, lightspeed.com. Certainly, you can also email sales@lightspeed.com. And if you are looking to set up a personalized walkthrough, myself or any of my associates would be happy to do so. So you can send that to sales@lightspeed.com or give us a call. So you can configure the program to have many different layouts. That's one of the features of the software, is to allow for the customization of the program. We do have our built-in default layouts that you can load through the Lightspeed layout menu on the top index bar by your monitor size. We have 3 default ones along with the starting layout that we would load for you. So you have always the choice to change some of these layouts around, and you can personalize the layouts by adding all these additional windows. You can modify and send through to different windows and monitors and stretch them across. Each individual window is free floating and able to be modified and moved and resized and moved across different boards. So you can open up any additional window through the new menu, open up additional level 2s, additional charts, additional order entries, and all the other categories that we have are all be done through the new menu. If you have made all the changes you like, you can save this layout, and then you can also load it. So if you are practicing on a demo, you can save your layout to your computer, and then you can load that file. So if I do load a saved layout, I can load one that I've already had as a predefined. The original layout that I had there was the predefined number 2, the 1366 monitor size. Then I just loaded our standard bundle package here. It kind of has some built-in hot buttons, one chart here, but you can certainly just start off if you want a clean slate. you can go to add a new page here and start building your own layout. So if you do want to do that, you go into page, you can then start building your own layouts as well. So I can add a level 2, I can add a chart, and add any additional window that I am looking to utilize here. Then you can, we'll just quickly go through the different windows and show you how they integrate and operate. We have our chart, we have the different time frames available. You can quickly flip through 90-day, 52-week, 1 minute, and I can right click to change parameters, chart parameters. Here, I can, you guys seeing the menu, or is it off the board? Sorry about this, I'm having a little bit of trouble. Here we go. Here's the menu. Okay, so if I go into the charting menu, you can see chart parameters. We have the option for our different minute charts, daily, weekly, monthly. We can add those. We can change time frames to show all market hours here. If I want to add another one, I can just add another chart there, show all market hours. You can see we have trading after hours here in Apple. If you want to add different studies, I right click, I go into studies. Go into the studies menu, sorry here. Go into add a moving average. I simply have to click to add. If I want to add a VWAP, I can add that as well, and you can see that would be applied to the chart. Sorry here, studies, add, here we go. VWAP, add. We can see these studies add very easily to the chart here as well. I can use the mouse wheel to scroll the chart timeframes. I can hold the control button to shift my parameter. Let me make this chart a little bigger here. So you can see, if I right click, I go into show toolbar. That adds a toolbar with shortcuts to the top. If I want to draw a trend line, I go to my solid line on my toolbar. I can start drawing some nice trend lines here as well. I can add studies through there. I have different functions that you can add to a toolbar. So all the windows are currently linked. So if you see I do change a symbol here, it will go on to the next, populate my level 2 window. That's your indications of interest for your bids and offers. You can see there's a bid at ARCA here, 1,600 shares, an offer as well, 100 shares. I would use either my order entry, my hotkeys, or my hot buttons to place an order. So I simply can modify my order entry for my limit price. I'm buying 100 shares. And we can have that order go in. You can choose to have your confirmations on, or you can remove those to go straight in there. You can see the white order indicates it's pending. That's an open current order. If I want something more aggressive, and I hit that, you can see I hit buy, the order goes in, it turns green. 100 shares will populate here, quantity 100 out of 100, my fill price and my execution price. So my entry was 89, I got filled at 88. We can see now I have my last price versus the current price, then P&L is going off of my bid. So as the bid changes, then so will my P&L, or you can have your P&L go off of last trade. So you have the ability to go to your design menu, your P&L is going inside or last trade. So that's an option you have. The settings menu will bring you to the universal settings menu. This allows you to access any of the windows, but if you do click on the gear, it's going to give you the settings box for the most appropriate settings for your window that you're trying to access. Okay, so additional ways to set up your order entry. If I click on the gear, brings you to the settings menu. If I go into my windows and my order entry, this is where I can set my defaults. I can have my default login. So if I want to change my default route, I would choose that in the order entry window under login. This is when I first log in to the platform. I want to change that to ARCA. Maybe I want 500 shares as my default, and maybe I like doing market orders. So I can change all of that information. I can have my quotes tab update, or it can always default back to another. So I can choose that don't update, so it'll stay fixed until I changed it. So this is when you initially log in. Sorry if this is going fast, I'm trying to get through a lot of different settings. Certainly this is going to be available online along with our other recorded videos. I'll try to slow down a little bit here and make sure I just make everything clear for you. Sorry about that. So in addition to the order entry, you have your hot buttons and your hotkeys. These are some default hot buttons that we have generated. You can see I can click buy 100, that order goes in immediately. I click sell 100. I'm getting a message. So this is another key component of the software. There's a messages window which will break down any order that is placed. If it gets rejected or it's unexecuted or executed, you're getting a message. I'm getting a message here. I cannot cross my own bid. I cannot sell a market order when I have an open buy order because there's a possibility that I can interact with my own buy order. That would not, be allowed in a trading account to trade with yourself. So the software is going to reject that order as it's not going to be allowed for me to do so. However, we do have a setting that would allow that to cancel to allow that order to go through. So if I go into my trading menu, there's a lot of different menu tabs here. It's, there's a lot of settings. You're just going to grow with that as you grow with the platform. But we have a cancel tab. I have canceled crossed orders. So now, if I have that selection and I hit sell 100 market, it allowed that order to go through and it canceled the buy order. So that allowed me to adjust that setting of not even allowing me to cross my own orders. So that's a good setting to have. Now there's also another setting in the cancels menu. If we go into the trading, we have cancel pending orders when positions are closed. So you are allowed to have an open order. Let's just say I have an order for 100 shares to close out of my remaining 100 shares. I'm going to set it higher, 272. So I have an open order out there. But let's say, oh, I see the market's coming down. I want to get out of my position. So I'm going to sell to 7160. We can see as that happened, it canceled my open sell order to not allow me to get double filled. So that type of setting will allow you to operate as similar to an OCO order, as these orders will be linked. If one order gets filled, it's going to cancel any pending order when the position is closed. Each order has to be placed separately, so that is not a true bracket order or a true OCO, but they operate in the same fashion. So each order has to be placed separately here. I don't know if there's a limit for the amount of hot buttons you could have in a window. You certainly can have quite a few and quite a few of the boxes for different hot buttons. I think you can do over 60 hot buttons as far as last I saw. So, but once again, someone's looking for that setting. That's going to be in the trading tab under the cancels tab. and then there's the cancel pending orders when position is closed. So when people ask about OCO orders, this is the functionality that the software will provide that will mimic an OCO. Someone has a question about tier orders and hot buttons. We will cover that shortly, Sergio. Once you have hot buttons, you can see in the menu, you have all these predefined orders that we've already created. We have tier size, closeouts, closeout position, increase open orders, decrease open orders, close out all positions, half, 3/4, long and short orders, positions. So all these are available. Cancel different order types, first order, last order, all for one stock, all for non-GTC. All these different commands can be set as hot buttons or hotkeys. If you want to start to create your own, this is where you would utilize the Custom Orders tab. The Custom Orders tab allows you to create your own new commands to assign as a key or a button. So you get your own parameters here in place, buying a limit instruction here, or I can have it as a stop order. I can buy in the bid, I can buy in the ask. I can have a market order. I can buy or sell off of a position price. If I'm looking to close out a position, a stop order based on a percentage of a position, I can do so. So there's a lot of combinations. Just going over some of the general functions. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on creating these custom orders, but if you do have questions on creating these custom orders and you are looking to set them up, certainly give us a call or email, and we can always send you some screenshots or templates on how to do so. One of the questions that is always asked is, what is the difference between the with position to close and without position to close? So the top portion is the with position to close, the bottom is without. So without basically means this is an opening order transaction without a position. You don't have a position, so you're buying to open. So I'm setting my quantity or my tiers or the order based on the buying power. Can you set it as a tier or a quantity? So if I want it as 500, I'm setting this as a quantity. The top portion would be a closeout position with position to close. That means you would have a position. So if it's a buy order, that means I'm buying to close to cover a short position. If I'm selling to close a long position. So you can instruct these keys to have different parameters for when you're long or short or flat, buying to open, buying to close. So that's the difference between with position and without position. When you have a closeout, you can select to have between quarter, half, 3/4, or you can have it based on your tier. So you wouldn't automatically have linked orders for setting out your break-evens or your stop loss, but it would just be an additional order you place, but you can do that as well. I can choose sell, I can choose stop, and I can do my average price, full position closeout on the top section here. So essentially this is a sell stop at break even. If you're in a profit and you want to put a break even sell stop, it's going to be at your position price. If you wanted to go a certain amount away from your position, let's say 20 cents, sell stop 20, that's how this order is going to be managed. Sell stop, position price, 20 cents for my full position. I can map this as a hot key, or I can map it as a hot button. If I want it as a hot button, I can do so as well, the order that I just created in my custom commands. Go to my hot buttons commands, sell stop 20, add it, Here we go, sell stop 20. So as an example, we're going to buy the stock here. Let's increase that one more. So I have 100 shares. My average price is 271.88. If I hit my sell stop, you can see this goes in automatically 271.68. So it goes in 20 cents below my average price. So immediately I was able to place a stop loss order right after I enter my position. So even though it's a separate function, it's still very quick. So I can show you one more time on another position here. Buy 100 shares, immediately sell stop. I was able to get in and put my stop in there in 2 seconds. If you are losing 20 cents in 2 seconds on every trade, unfortunately, it probably was not the most profitable trade in the first place. So hopefully you're able to get that stop out there in enough time so you're not going to go past your defined loss there as well. People ask about the tier sizes. The tier sizes are a way to have a different way to configure different quantities. So one order can go in for different tiers. Here's an example. One more time, I will show on the hot buttons. Oh, see here the tier sizes, tier 1, 100, tier 2, tier 3. So I can change these tiers with the number pad. So if you are someone who's using a keypad for your orders, you can do so very quickly with the tier changes. So the same order can be used for different size increments. So let's just say I want to buy tier. I'm going to add that in there. Tier 1, we said, is 100 shares. I hit my ARCA buy tier. It goes in for 100 shares if you see my order. I can easily click 5 on my keypad. That changes tier to tier 5. Now the same buy tier order that I had set is now going to buy 500 shares. So the same order can be used for different quantities, so you don't have to adjust different share sizes. So it's just another way to configure orders based on tier sizes based on parameters. Now, you can also create custom orders and commands for options as well. So that is available. If you do have an option level 2 window open, you can go to the menu for the option level 2. And that brings you to another set of commands. So I'm able to set not tier sizes, this is only quantities, but I can do different orders and create buttons for my options as well. So I'm looking to, let's just say I want to do a limit order to go in at the midpoint, and I want to do it for 5 contracts. I'm going to send to the market. So buy 5 mid. I add this in there. I can then add the order in my hot buttons window and then add that. I know I'm going fast. This is just kind of get an overview of what's available. If anyone needs specific instructions, we have videos for creating hotkeys, for options trading. I'm just trying to get in there very quick here. So if I do look at a contract, we can see 437 by 444. I hit, even though this is saying buy 1, there's no price in there. I hit my buy 5 mid. And then my order goes in. You can see it went in at a price of 440, right at the midpoint, and I got filled at 436. So it's a very fast way to configure and bypass your order entry form. That's the whole purpose of the custom orders. You're going to use either the mouse or your keyboard to bypass having to configure your custom orders. You can do different tier sizes and configure those. I'm not sure if you can do the odd lot tier sizes. So that I'd have to look into for you. If you want to get back to me on that, Sergio. People are asking about the market data. So we can see here we have our default level 2 window. Our default package will provide one quote from every exchange. You can see I have ARCA's best bid, BAT's best bid, Edge, NASDAQ, BAT's, everyone's best bid and offer. You would see more than one bid or offer from each exchange. If you were to load up more than one quote from NASDAQ, you'd see multiple levels from NASDAQ, and you would have that available. So that's what the NASDAQ level 2 would be. When trading after hours in a live account, you would not be able to use the Lightspeed Smart Route. You'd have to use the ARCA or NASDAQ or BATS or Edge order route, and it would have to be a limit order. So it's just sending the appropriate order type to the market venue that will accept after hours orders. So market orders or stop orders would not be accepted. You would have to use the limit order and use ARCA or NASDAQ, not the Lightspeed Smart Route. Let's see here, some more questions coming through also on our menu for thing here. We want to go over the Lightscan and the social media analytics. So let me bring those up. The Lightscan allows you to view our filter and scanner, which goes through various order symbols here. You can see it's sorted by volume at the moment. Top volume traded here for the day, SNDL. You can double click, that's going to populate. For level 2, you can see that is up 110%. Started had a high of 368, low 193, so it's been a very active stock. It even closed at 295, so it's trading higher. Open 221, so it's up very nicely on the day here. NAKD, you can see all these stocks are the highest volume stocks of the day. If I click on percentage change, you can sort to see what's down the highest or what is up the highest here on the day. So you can sort and search by those. Tilray up pretty big today, $31. So on a big price stock, you can see that has a big net change. So you can sort by what has the largest net change, up or down. And there's a lot of data categories that you can add. If I click on the gear, you would find the data categories that are available for you. If I go into my Windows and Lightscan, we can see all these data categories would be available for you. Percentage gap, average volume, high, low, percentage change from the open. So all you have to do is simply change percentage open, click it, click add, and now I have a new data category to sort by. I just have to click on that category to sort, and it'll sort by percentage change from the open. And you can do different scans and different filters for different prices. So it's a very nice tool to see what's up or down, moving on the day with a lot of different functionality. Looks like Thomas was trading something that moved up a lot today. Good for you. Maybe you used the scanner for that. You can see we also have our risers and fallers window here. That's just going to be a basic what's up or down percentage-wise or dollar amount here. SNDL was Thomas's stock of choice here for the day. Looks like a good one. Also, we have our social analytics. So if you scroll down further on our new menu, we have additional ones here, our SMA. And this is going to provide for different categories based on the social media. So we have our sentiment and long or short sentiment here. Sorry, it looks like it's being blocked at the moment, so I can't go over that. But take a look at that if you are using a demo or if you have a live account. It provides for what's trending on social media, allows you to view on there what is being talked about positively or negatively, and you can see how that does sometimes influence how people are trading. Certainly, people are aware of the recent stories with the power of social media and affecting groups of trading happening in different securities. So certainly that is possible. Let's go back to my menu here as well. Sorry guys, I'm usually a little bit more organized. My computer froze earlier today, so I'm using a virtual machine. So it's just giving me a little bit more problems. Maybe I can edit out some of these so it will look a little bit better. Okay, I'll go over some of the pricing here as well. You can look here on our pricing tab. We offer two different commission structures. We have a per share or per trade rate. Our standard commissions would either be 0.0045 per share, or per trade would be $4.50 per trade, option 60 cents, dollar minimum. Per share has a dollar minimum as well. Once you qualify for our active trader rates based on volume, either on a per share or per trade basis, you can be eligible to receive a discount and lower rates going forward. So anyone who has exceeded any of these volume tiers, you could contact us to request additional rates. There is a cost for the software itself. It's $130 for the Lightspeed Trader software, but we do allow that fee to be reduced or waived based on monthly activity. If you're actively trading, you'll have that fee reduced or fully waived if you reach the $130 in commissions. We do also have a new account promotion. So let's see if I can bring that up here. We have our Lightspeed 10K 2021 promotion. This is a 3-month special you can use when you open the account. You'll receive a lump sum rebate for half the commissions generated in the account for up to $10,000. So this is only for commissions, does not include ECN routing or regulatory fees. But it is a great way to try us for 3 months. You get half of the commissions returned back to you as a lump sum rebate. You just have to maintain a balance above $25,000 for that 3-month period. Keep the account open. So if you want further details, lightspeed.com/10K-2021. Take a look at that there as well. Maybe we can post that here. And then the last component of at least the cost, you do have to be aware of the routing, as I referenced, the routing fees, since we do offer different routing venues. They do have costs, but you can qualify for liquidity rebate. So we have the Lightspeed route. We have dark pool routes, market makers. You can see Barclays, Crossfinder, ITG, Knight. We have exchange preference routes, strategy routes, and different venues to send the orders to. So certainly we try to provide a lot of different ways for you to get these orders. We provide hidden orders, reserve orders, and all different order types available as well. So you can see under our order types, you can see limit, market stop, super smart, limit arms, balance, market on open, close, smart orders. Now people ask, what are these super smart? Essentially, it's a way for you to send an order to multiple venues at once. Let's just say something that doesn't trade quite as much as shares as this. We can see if I wanted to try to capture the liquidity of multiple venues, I can go into a super smart order to send the orders here. So super smart, I can choose what orders, markets I want to send to, and have different parameters for sending to multiple. So it's going to blast an order out to 5 different exchanges. If you're on a per trade rate, it's 5 tickets, but it's a way to capture liquidity from everyone at the same time so no one backs away. If you have a hidden order, you're still going to see it in your level 2 window. That's just how the software is going to assist you in displaying your own order. That doesn't mean that the market's seeing your hidden order, but you're going to see that as well. People are asking about the minimum here. I go back to the commission. The standard tier, if you're on a per share rate, it is $1 minimum. 200 shares, 100 shares, 50 shares, you will be charged at $1. Once you qualify for the active rates, the dollar minimum is no longer applied. The minimum would then kick in to the rate times 100 shares. So then it would be, you can see here, a minimum commission less than 100 per share times 100. So then it would be, if you did 100 shares, it'd be 35 cents if you're on this tier. But if you're still on our standard rate, it's always going to be a $1 minimum. So you have to be aware that $1 minimum remains for 200 shares or less. Once you qualify for the active rates, then that dollar minimum would then no longer be applied. In regards to the promotion, it's a lump sum 3-month credit all at once. So you're getting a one-time rebate after the entire 3-month period. If you are looking to open an account, you would go to the open account section here. You can put in your promo code here, 10K 2021, and fill in the information. You know, the platform would be Lightspeed Trader that we're just demonstrating now, but we do have other options. Certainly, if you have spoken to a salesperson, you can let them be assigned to you here. And if you have questions, certainly contact us. We're all happy to assist. You can see here, non-US residents will have to click here to download the appropriate account application and submit that to our new accounts department. So sorry if my my little daughter here is screaming a little bit. I guess she doesn't want to take her bath tonight. Okay, some other questions are coming in here. We offer equities and options in this account. Futures we do offer, but it is a different account and different software. So the Lightspeed Trader software does not do futures. We do provide futures trading. It just would be a different account and different software. It's kind of a separate offering from here. Once again, this will be recorded and available later, along with all of our other webinars. You can see that on the website under resources, under our webinars. You can sign up for future ones. We have our tax return tips coming up here, end of the month. This is a great one. Sign up for that. Then you can see the recent ones you may have missed and access to our entire webinar archive. Just trying to go through a couple questions. You can put stop orders out here. You can instruct us to put settings on to have the orders stay live if you disconnect. So that is the default setting is if you disconnect, your orders cancel because we don't want people entering positions that they're not aware of. But if it's something that you like to set stops and walk away, you can always instruct our desk to change your settings to allow cancels on disconnects to be disabled. So these orders will stay live. So that's the setting you would have to contact us for. We're always looking to expand the charting and add some studies. So certainly we always take customer feedback. We're always looking for people to tell us what they're looking for. So, feel free to email us with what other studies or items you're looking for. We try to make updates to those software every so often. We increased a lot of these order types recently, that percentage buying power, the stop percentage. So all that is recently new. Anything that I didn't cover on our thing here? There is a basic news feed you can see here. It's going to give you headlines. That's part of our standard data subscription. You click on the headline, it's going to provide that. It's blocking me here, but you can see you have headlines available. It's from Benzinga. That's part of our standard data subscription. Good question. So we don't have any closure fees or cancellation fees. You would only be charged any remaining software market data charges or if you had any margin interest. So only remaining fees for that month would be charged. You could cancel and close your account at any time. There's no locked-in period. Just be aware if you do want to pause the subscription on the Lightspeed software, you do have to request that through email to disable your platform. Otherwise, it is a running monthly cost. So that software is going to be active until you request us to change it. Just like the cable company doesn't really know if you're watching TV or care, your cable's on until you request it to be turned off. So just like that, essentially, it's just month to month, but you do have to request to close the account or at least pause your access to pause any fees. The coupon involves stocks or options commissions, so that would be the promo code is available for either one. We do offer demos. This is a demo trial. We don't have a full paper trading account or paper trading offering. It's really the demo is the purpose for learning the software, testing the program, and then shifting to your live account. So it's really just a trial to get used to the program, which we offer initially as a 10-day. If you need a second one, you can request it. We find a couple weeks is all most people need to get used to the software. You'd have to submit a request through the website if you are looking for a demo. So all you have to do is go to the try a demo and request one, and it'll be sent over for you. Okay, guys, that covers most of the questions we have. I know there's some more here that I didn't get to, but certainly email either sales@lightspeed.com or you can email me directly, rlipson@lightspeed. I'm sorry, I was a little off today. I didn't have my usual computer, and certainly it affected the menu choices that I had and some of the features. So I apologize. Definitely, look to see if I can help with any further questions and check out our other videos, and this will be recorded as well. So I appreciate you guys hanging there with me. I know it was a little bit choppy, but hopefully you at least gained some idea of what the program can do. And I answered, I think, a good amount of questions, but certainly just come back to us if you have some additional ones. So we appreciate it. Thank you very much.